Man, look, I'm torn with Clemson, but I got a couple of points that I think are valid that I'd like to hear responses to. Is
Sure.
one, there's no doubt DJ is an unbelievably talented dude.
Yes.
But when I watch that football team play, it does not seem like the team responds to him at all throughout a 4-quarter ball game. I've watched him play 2 complete ball games this year, and it just doesn't seem like there's a spark. It doesn't seem like there's an emotion. It doesn't seem like there's a I will take a bullet for you. Die. I may be dead ass wrong, but that's what when I watch, that's what I see. The other thing about Clemson is there's 2 things on each side of the football that change the dynamic at Clemson that I am fascinated to watch how it unfolds.
Yes.
You do not have wide receivers that are 50-50 ball catchers that they typically have. And they waste a lot of downs throwing 50-50 balls that never have a damn chance. So without those dudes, what do they do offensively? Defensively, we thought their defensive line was really good, and they may really be NFL caliber good. They may be great individuals.
They have a lot of pieces that are really good. They are not communicating as a unit.
But here's the deal, fella. I don't believe, it's very simple. I do not believe that Clemson's down 4 can stop the run and create chaos around the passer the way they typically have in the past, to where they can just play whatever kind of coverage they want to play behind them. You saw today, they had to add defenders to the front. And what happened? Young corners, backup corners that are in for injured guys, they got absolutely torched. That's problems that 90% of college football has. But Clemson doesn't typically have those problems. They usually catch 50-50 balls, and they usually cause trouble and stop the run with their front 4. They don't to have that.
Hang on. Well, the thing for me is this. It's communication. Anytime, this is the thing I watch for, and listen, if you guys are listening, if someone's listening to the show, and by the way, you can find us on the SiriusXM app, brought to you by BetRivers. I completely forgot to do that at the top of the show. That's my fault. But here's the thing. Boom, boom, boom. Communication. Anytime I see a corner get up and look at the safety like, hey, man, and then the safety is like, I'm not supposed to be there. You're supposed to just do this. That's the communication. Go ahead, Whip. Get in here.
Real quick on
3 minutes
DJ.
left.
Real quick on DJ. I see we're calling him DJU on some of the networks or whatever. DJ
Uiagalelei
lost his coordinator.
Yes.
Tony Elliott, who had a rhythm going all the way back to Sean Watson and Trevor and DJ for the early part of his career. That's a tough deal. Okay. I got a new play caller, and that play caller, it's his first time him ever being a play caller. Second, and I think this is much more important, he had a lot of beta moments last year. They suffered that big loss at Pitt last year. Hack, you and I went back and forth about it last year. Had the shuffle pass and went back for a pick 6. Post-game interview, he was told that Dabo Swinney said, hey, your job might be open. What does he do? He doesn't say, no, this is my job. This is my team. He says, hey, man, if Clint Sterner winds up being the starting quarterback, I'm riding for it. Like, it was so many beta moments. It was like, if you want to take my sword and shield, I guess you can have it. It's somebody else's. They deserve it. Like, that stuff matters. Like, people get fired up at watching Baker Mayfield a lot, but nobody questions whether he wants to be the starter. Nobody questions if this is the Tiger walking around the locker room. That stuff matters now. So now you're seeing a guy out there with the team. You talk about how the team reacts about him. It's quasi, and the offense is quasi. They're just so talented, and they have one of the better ball coaches in the country leading it. But those things matter.
Yeah, I think they matter too. What do you think? Like when you watch this team,
I'll hit on it quick. I think DJ started behind the 8 ball because of last year. I thought this year he's done a better job of commanding the room and putting himself in situations where he hasn't put the team in jeopardy, and I think he's given his teammates reasons to believe in him this year. But the problem is you had 11, 12, 13 games last year that you got to overcome, right? And a lot of those guys are still in the same locker room. So pat on DJ's back, heading in the right direction, in my opinion. But I still think he's got an uphill battle to climb. Defensively, though, and I don't want to take credit away from Wake Forest because this long mesh, unique
the claw fence
scheme that they've been doing, man. I watched it for the first time, like super in depth today. Man, that's a bitch. It
Yeah.
is.
It
I mean,
sucks.
they're just reading secondary guys. If they're sitting in quarters and those weak side safeties come down and fill the outside run support,
Got
they're
'em.
bombs away over the top.
Yep.
And you got a freshman, so it's a bitch. And to Wake Forest's front three, really, it's the center, it's the guard to guard combination.
Yep.
They hold those big dogs up front right at the line of scrimmage, and then it's like Le'Veon Bell and gap scheme. That running back with that long mesh is like, all right, what do I got? What do I got here? Boom, boom, boom. All right, here, boom, take 4 yards. And it's just a pain, man. So for Clemson to stay patient and ultimately win this game, huge tip of the cap to Wake Forest. Hell of a way to have an identity, stick to it, and put a couple harpoons in this whale. And Sam Hartman, man, balled. So
They shouldn't go anywhere in the rankings, Hack.
They
right
should,
there.
man. They're good, man. So to me, like, it's a tip of the cap to both teams. And I think Wake Forest is for real. And I gave them a whole hell of a lot of shit heading into the season because I thought Sam Hartman was going to be out, but that dude's for real and that team's for real.
We're dropping our merch.
We got to start calling Underwood Daddy Brad.
But I'm a big pod guy.
Breaking news. The Field of 68 has an online store, and it's your one-stop shop for the latest and greatest merch in college basketball and college football. You can find shirts to support your favorite team, make fun of your rival team, or boast Field of 68 catchphrases like Daddy Brad, Cussin' and Discussin', and the Star Heels. Go to www.fieldof68.shop today and enter promo code TOUCHDOWN for 20% off at checkout.